And hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Hairy Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. I am so glad you all can be here, and the chat is just a buzzing right now. And let's see who we've got coming in. Ooh, Gary Johnson was first in the house. Thank you, Gary. Cindy Finn. And then we have Angel Nolan. Hello, Angel. Cindy Finn and me. Oh, I was in there a little bit. Val, welcome, Val. Already had questions for me, and we're going to get to all those here pretty soon. Finding the trackway. Yours changing it up. I'm get all confused. But yeah, Viva Las Vegas. Absolutely. Everywhere you go, you can hear that song somewhere playing. Who else we got? Mr. Lee, he's in the house. Let's Sugar Britches. I love saying that, Sugar Britches. It just slides off the tongue. What else we got going? Anybody else? Sandra Piper in the house. Mark Dodman. Oh my goodness, I was longer to get to the end here than I thought it was. Donald, there you are, Mr. Donald. Well, if I missed you, I'm sorry. You guys, I hold you in my heart. You all know that. And so today, desperately seeking Sasquatch. Yes. So we're going to have a little bit of fun talking about whatever you guys want to talk about Sasquatch. And of course, if my stuff pops up, don't worry, because
23 powers activate.
Ooh, I can't forget Brant. Bam.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this way. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, we got to be able to time that right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to practice.
We have to practice that move. Yeah. That'll work if we get it right.
Anyway, I like it. It could work.
It? Okay. And of course, Mr. Joe, Western New York Bigfoot. How are ya?
Party at his house.
Did you just fart?
You just farted. Can't blame it on the dog, man.
I swear he went like
on the
that
Bigfoot,
too.
On the Rasta, yeah.
He kind of went like that, so I think he did that one.
What? Can't blame it on Gary.
I think Gary farted.
Gary. Well, he does have that look on his face like he just did, so.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Maybe.
You're playing that trick. My dad used to do that and say, hey, did you see that duck? Go by.
Maybe that's what it was. You had a duck with you somewhere. Yeah. How's it going, everybody?
Good. Very good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all right.
Good.
I just did the what I'm now referring to as the Jerry Lewis Bigfoot telethon, and well, you know, I got some good news. I've had three gentlemen donated, and well, guys, I mean, they donated enough that I got the next round of StreamYard.
Oh wow!
Paid for, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
Cool. And I appreciate that like a billion times. I hate asking for anything, man. I just
we appreciate your show though. I mean, your show offers so much it's so diverse too. It's like, shoot, you know, it's how could we not we can't let it go away like that. No way.
Yeah. I wish I could raise enough money to send me on an investigation at the end of the month, but you know, I mean, I know that people. I mean, people are strapped, man, just like I am. So, but you know what? I appreciate that act of kindness right there, man. Just I mean, what can you say about it, man?
Right.
I mean, it's great. You know. So I appreciate that. So you had a good time, and where was it? Viva Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Yeah, man. It was fast and furious. Fast. It was only we went Thursday and came back Saturday afternoon because we went to the stadium tour. It was Joan Jett, Poison, Motley Crue, and Def Leppard. And best concert, best concert scene. Well, I, it ranked up there because you're having four headliners practically, so it really ranked up there high. But because Metallica and Kiss kind of rank way up there too.
Yeah, I love
But no, it was awesome. The stadium alone is like, whoa.
Yeah.
I've never
So,
been in a stadium that big before.
I saw
It-
I saw some of your posts and everything about it. So who all was there? What all band? I saw Joan
Okay,
Jett.
it started out with Joan Jett.
Uh,
She's one of my all-time faves. And then I literally cried when she was singing Crimson and Clover. I was
yeah,
just like
she
so
did a good
over.
cover of that.
And just beautiful. She's 60 something and she's beautiful. And then after them followed Poison. Perfect. Perfect. He was perfect. Everything sounded just great, just great. And then after them was Def Leppard. I have to say he kind of took it down a couple of octaves or whatever. He took it down. He didn't quite hit those notes like he used to.
Yeah,
He still sounded good. It was just in a different key than what we're used to hearing. It was a little bit lower, and he did hit some of the high ones that he has out there, but it was still awesome showing. Um, the crowd was amazing, and then after that was Motley Crue, and he did pretty good job. I have to say he did a pretty good job. I did notice that for Motley Crue, they upped the bass a lot.
yeah,
So, I mean, you felt the bass was just pounding on you like that. So it's kind of overwhelming a little bit, but
like the
they
Sasquatch screaming at
each
you.
let's see. Joan Jett and Poison pretty much stuck to a little bit over an hour, just tad over an hour. And then it was about an hour and a half for Def Leppard and 2 hours on the last show, Motley Crue. So it was long. That was a long, long night. And everything was great. Getting there was perfect because you get dropped off, and we just took a cab over there, and you have to walk through this. The lines are enormous. Okay, enormous. But the one thing is that I'm have my cane with me, right? Well, I'm immediately shuffled through the handicap lane. So we
Nice.
bypassed the entire lane, the entire line all the way, just hordes of people. And he drug the gate open. He goes, "No, you come through here." So we just followed along. We went through the express lane, and of course, a lot of women were pissed off because they didn't get the notice that you weren't allowed to take any purses in. So women were getting turned around, and you had to check your bags at another location. But have yet told me, so my pockets were full of whatever I wanted to take in there. And but no, we got through really fast, and then surprise, he had floor seats for us. So we had to go to another line, which I didn't get out of, to get wristbands put on because you had to have the wristband to get on the floor. And then we were able to, they shuttled me around again, and I was allowed to use the elevator down.
Oh wow.
So we went, and when the elevator opened, it was like, oh, we were right on the bottom floor and walked out, and it was a straight shot down to our seats. We were like in B33, so it was up there. Had no idea. Had no idea we were that close. He hadn't. I thought we were on the like the middle tier up there. But we've had these tickets for over a year. Well, it was we missed the tickets in the beginning of the tour because this has been happening for 2 years, and then COVID hit and they canceled them. So when they announced they were coming back, they added Vegas as the last. They had a couple shows, but the last show was this Vegas show. So that's when he bought in at the beginning of this Vegas show, and he's part of some kind of early purchase thing, and so we got ours through a pre-sale, so that's why we got such good seats.
Gore.
But yeah, we've been waiting over a year to go, and it finally got here. But he needed to be back Saturday because right now he just walked out the door to go see Iron Maiden. But I don't like Iron Maiden. There's like one song, two maybe, but they're kind of, I don't know. Their song's kind of Satan-y to me. So I don't like to go see them. So he went by himself to UTEP. I think it's at the university. So that's why we had to come back so fast, which is probably okay. You can only do so much Vegas. So the walking was just tremendous. And that was another thing. The Allegiant Stadium is so awesome. So that getting there and everything is perfect. But leaving is a nightmare. I will never go back to Allegiant Stadium again. I don't, unless there's like some kind of other pre-planned thing, because we got out there and nobody told us, you should have ordered your Uber an hour ago. Nobody told us that there's no taxi line. Nobody told us these things. So there's just hordes of people, walking to Mandalay Bay across this bridge. And it seemed really far. So he says, well, I ordered, but it says it's going to be an hour for pickup. And I said, well, okay. Well, then I guess we wait an hour. And he goes, let's start walking and we'll wave down a taxi. Okay. So there we go. Start walking down the street forever. And in the distance is the Aria Casino and Resort Casino. And I'm like, I can make it to the Aria. Because remember, I've been on my feet all day. My knees, both of them now, are just pounding. And I was like, okay, I can make it. I can make it. All the way trying to flag down Ubers or anybody. Nobody would pick you up. Nobody will pick you up on the side of the road. And we make it almost to the Aria when we realize that the side of the road we're on is not the side of the road the Aria is on. And there's no way across. No way across. And I said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Yeah. He was like, we're right there. I go, no, we're not right there. We got to walk another 3 blocks just to come and find a crosswalk to get across. Because there was barriers. So you couldn't even like just run across. Okay. Or hobble across in my case. So I'm done. So there was a little hotel across a Hilton, some little thing, and a guest house. We just walked in there. I said, you better order me a damn taxi because I ain't walking anymore. And that's what we did. Finally, he got a taxi to come. And wouldn't you know, it was the same driver that took us there. Picked us up. And
What's the odds of that?
Yeah. He goes, oh, I took you. And we're like, oh my goodness, what are the odds of that? And so we finally get back to the hotel, and it's 1:00 in the morning by that time.
So that's where you were staying, is at Mandalay Bay?
No, we were staying. Oh no, we could have walked to Mandalay Bay. Yeah, it's very doable. It's a walk, but it's doable to get to Mandalay Bay from there because you walk over this bridge. Because see, what the problem is the stadium is across the expressway. So you can't just walk to the strip or to any of those hotels because it's on the other side of the highway. But they made a crosswalk overpass thing for you to do. I guess they shut it down or something to traffic, and then you can walk it. But we didn't know that. Nobody told us that. So we went a whole different direction and following other people. And that's why we ended up the way we did. I didn't even see Mr. Lisa's Iron Maiden rocks. They're okay. I'm not hating on them. I just not prefer to spend.
I went to
them.
one Iron Maiden concert in my entire life, and man, when they had this giant Eddie come walking out on stage, it was like just totally freaked me out. It was great, man.
So, but other than that, it was a really great day. Thank God for seating. Even though you're up and down, whoa, your favorite song or whatever. And since we're on the floor, right, everybody was standing up. So if I wanted to see anything, I had to stand up.
Yeah.
Because even with the jumbotrons on both sides of the stage, it was still hard to see. Yeah. So I was up and down, looking at stuff. And that's pretty much it. We went to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville for kind of appetizers and a couple of top shelf margaritas. And what else did we didn't? It wasn't the whole trip was just for that. And then I did a little bit of gambling on. I tried to find tables. This was a trip that all I wanted to do was go hit the tables. They were so high priced because we stayed at the Venetian. So I couldn't even get on a baccarat table. It was $50 minimum hand. $50 a minimum hand. And I was looking for $1, $5 tables, so I could make my money last, but nothing. The cheapest baccarat I could find was $10 minimum, and it was a machine. It was the machine. And I went woo way up and then woo way back down in about 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, I went from $100 to $250, and then I was like getting excited, and boom, to nothing. I went back to like $25, and I got off. And same with the roulette. Well, the roulette, that's kind of cheaper, but that takes a long time. You have to sit there a long time to make anything. And but none of my poker games were even open. They didn't even have them open. 3-card Texas Hold'em. There was no 4-card flush. There was nothing. All they had open was a bunch of 21 tables with $5 minimums.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just wasn't what I wanted to do. So I don't know why they didn't have any of those tables, though, because that's my favorite, is to sit at a poker table, but with $1 minimum. That way you can bet $5 on your ante, and then you can $1 your side bets. And then that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big gambler. When Molly and I went to Vegas, we stayed at Caesar's Palace, which was cool. And I didn't really gamble there. I mean, for me, gambling is the slot machines. Basically. Mm-hmm. I think I played a little bit of blackjack. And Molly's like, she's the one that she's the one that's got the gambling bug, man. And she never understood. She's always like, keep going. And I'm like, dude, I just doubled my money. Why am I going to keep going? I'm taking this money. I just doubled it. I'm not losing it all now. So I'm usually pretty good at that. If I start gambling or whatever, and I double my money, like if I say like I take $100 and I'm going to gamble $100, if I turn that $100 into $200 or $250 or something like that, it's like, oh, thank you, cashing out, and she'll do it. She'll be like, oh, she'll gamble and she'll make a bunch of, and she'll like, and then she just keeps going. And next thing you know, boom, you broke. It's like you should have cashed, man, when you had a chance. So, but we went there to see. What the hell did we go there? Penn and Teller. That's what it was. We went to see a Penn and Teller show. That's what it was.
All my
I'm the
mics
same.
were off. Sorry.
I'm the same as you, Joe. I don't like to really gamble. Last time I gambled, I spent $20 and I lost it all, but I found $20 on the ground. So I'm like, I kind of broke even. So
Yeah,
it's all right.
yeah.
So yeah, that was my last gambling. I don't. It's not my thing really.
Well,
Yeah,
but
not my
I mean,
husband either. He
with
didn't even
me-
put $1 anywhere, nothing. But I am. Unfortunately, I am, and but I played some slots. I mean, I put a video of me winning a little bit on Willy Wonka. I like that one because it plays the music and everything.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was good.
And then I hit. I was hitting. I had a little run there for. I think I only bet like $2 and I won 22 or something like that.
well, there you
But
go.
it was fun because it just kept on rolling and rolling and going. So I hit the record button just in time when I hit that.
Yeah.
And
For me,
what was the other one?
gambling just like I work too hard for the money, man. I always have. I'm
Oh,
always
I
too
understand
hard
that.
for my money to want to just piss it away in gambling.
Right.
And plus, my father. That's why I grew up poor, man. My father was a gambler, man.
Mm.
And I watched him piss away so much money. It's like, wow,
Oh, yeah,
his
for
Oscars
sure.
is fun, but that's about it, man. I've never caught the gambling bug, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that I didn't.
Right. Well, Donald helped me out when I was at the airport because I did a live. What?
Oh no, sorry, I was talking to the chat.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't realizing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, now I gotta go read everything to see what you were
Oh
shushing
no,
about.
no, it's nothing.
He's working a
Nothing,
covert
honey.
Sasquatch operation. Okay.
No, nobody will believe you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, so I did that live and then I hit a couple on there and took my $60 to 191. I think that's what I got off with was like 191. So I treated myself to a $15 Bloody Mary in a cup that big.
I
Yeah.
love Vegas.
Yeah, even there, they just sack you, man. The hamburgers were $19.99 at Fat
Holy
Burger inside
shit.
of the Venetian. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. Yeah, they just so upped. The prices are just ridiculous. But even water, they charged me. Okay, it was 13, so $6 a bottle per
Wow.
bottle of water.
Wow.
There's not a lot of water going through that area, so you
Yeah,
gotta do what
yes.
they can.
Yeah.
They have this little juice stand right next to the tower that you go up to your room, and they have some water. And I was like, oh, let me get 2 bottles of water for the room. I don't want to take the ones in the room because they really up the price there. And then in the end, it was the same price. It was $6 a bottle. So, and he goes, oh, and I don't take cash. I'm like,
What?
well, shit, I have to pull out my card because nobody takes cash. And it was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It
It's
was
usually
fun.
the
It
other
was
way
crazy.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It was
COVID stuff. A lot of people don't take cash anymore, like vendors
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Become more and
But
more popular.
we stay at the Venetian because it's just so awesome. You don't need to go anywhere else, really. If you go to Vegas, go do everything. You have to do everything. But if you've been there, if you go every year, and you're not going to be doing all that sightsee stuff, you're just going for something particular, like we did the concert. Then we want a place where we can go and we don't have to go do anything because everything is there.
Yeah.
Any kind of food, any kind of scenery you want, because they also have the shops that you go around and you can take a little what do you call it, the little boats, the Italian boats, a gondola
gondolas.
ride. You can do
Yeah,
the gondola ride all the way through, and they have little Italian bistros, and it's really cool there.
yes. Caesar's Palace is like that too. It's almost like
Yeah,
there's a little mall in there, man. You know?
yeah, they're putting the malls in all the big ones.
Yeah,
And like Planet Hollywood only has the Miracle Mile, which is the mall, but it's next to it and they attached it.
yeah.
So it kind of feels like you're in just all the Planet Hollywood, but it's actually a different entity. They just hooked them together. But Caesar's Palace and the Venetian and the Palacio, and I'm not sure about the Bellagio, if the Bellagio is a indoor shop thing,
Yeah.
mall, indoor mall thing.
But
Do I
just
keep
think,
cutting
man,
out?
that whole city started out as nothing but an empty
Not often.
flipping desert, man.
Mhm.
Thanks to
Um,
thanks to Bugsy Siegel, Las Vegas took off, man.
yep, it sure did. It was packed and it was full force now. No signs of COVID, no more mask wearing. Everything was pretty much wide open. Food service, people were still wearing masks, but pretty much everybody else was just open, you know. And man, did I? Can you guys still hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, a little choppy.
Oh, okay. I
But
don't know.
every
We're
so often,
getting
though.
a. It might be because my daughter went live too. Um. Anyway, it weed smelling everywhere. Oh gosh, it was. I'm like when because to me weed smells like skunk, and I'm like, oh, there's a skunk, and my husband looks at me, and I go, I know, I know
Is
what it
Vegas
is.
is Nevada one of the states that it's
It
legal in
must
now?
be because it was everywhere. The
Yeah,
concert was full of it, and it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But um, smoke it, Mr. Lee says, smoke it. No, gave me allergies.
Yeah,
probably
well,
contact high too.
I actually feel
Maybe
sorry.
that's why I made it 8 hours walking.
Like,
I
whoa!
also have
Yeah.
sympathy for some of the people that they probably would smoke it if they could smoke it, but they're allergic to it. And I'm like, oh, that is sad. You
Yeah.
know, I'm sorry about that. It's kind of like there's people that are actually allergic to alcohol. And otherwise, they would drink alcohol, but they don't because they're
Because of
allergic to it.
right. Yeah, I have heard of that. The alcohol poisoning and stuff. And man, even that margarita I had was $15. And it
Wow.
was just in a regular tall glass.
Yeah.
It wasn't like here in El Paso, if you get a $15 margarita, it's this big
Yeah, it's in one of those
and you
big,
can't
yeah.
hold it, you know? You have to keep it on the table and get one of those long straws. So it's not like that. It's just but I always go with my budget and I stick to my budget and that's what I know I can spend and what I can't. So anyway, let's talk about Sasquatch. Sasquatch. Since we took up a lot of time talking about me.
Well, it was a fun Vegas trip.
Yeah,
I don't like. I don't like.
it was good.
People like hearing
I'll
about
organize a trip. Anybody want to go to Vegas? That I will organize. Tell me about it. I will organize that.
I wouldn't mind going back to Vegas someday, you know.
Right. What was that? Ding.
Oh, that's
Oh.
my Alexa going off.
Oh, I thought it
Molly,
was over here, but
yeah.
somebody just newly subscribed to me. Thank you very much. That happened too. Um, what do you guys want to talk about in the chat? I did want to ask you all a question. I'm going to start up with my historic series again. So I do want to discuss who you guys would like to hear about next. Who do you want me to check out and work up a story on? Because there's just still so many. I mean, we could do Al Berry, Hodgson. What's the other one I said? Cliff Crook. What's the guy from the Ape Canyon? Fred Beck.
Fred Beck.
Fred Beck. I was thinking about that one, and I know you did that one, Joe.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
I may have.
Beckford. Who else? Robert Pyle, Robert Morgan.
Robert Morgan would be a really good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down requests.
That's mine.
Okay.
I think I have one of Robert Morgan's books, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Tom Slick.
That's a hell of a nice name, isn't it?
I know. Do you remember that cartoon?
Tom Slick.
Tom Slick. Tom.
Right now.
Okay. Beyond your years. I don't know. Okay, let's look and see what people are saying. We've got
interesting choices. 3PO.
Mr. Lee 3PO says Scott Carpenter.
You worked at Planet Hollywood for 3 years as a grill chef.
Wow.
In UK, they have a Planet Hollywood?
Oh, yeah.
Here.
They have one in London.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I liked it. For the money, the Planet Hollywood was okay.
We didn't go to that one, but I mean, I do recall seeing it. I'm pretty sure Planet Hollywood.
Yeah. At the Venetian, all the rooms are suites. So when you walk in, you've got that huge ensuite bathroom, and then you walk in and there's a bed with a TV, and then you go down 2 steps into a lowered living room with another big TV and a couch and 2 chairs and a desk for office and a dining table. So they're just awesome rooms.
Yeah. They're like little apartments, man.
Yeah. But you think it had a coffee maker in it? No, they want you to go spend $20 for a drink downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm just catching up with the chat here. Depends. Lake Mead for everything. The drought. Talking about probably the water. The Shoosh. Long Island Bigfoot. Oh, is Long Island Bigfoot here? Hello.
I think he was suggesting that one. He was being facetious.
Long Island Bigfoot is not a historic figure.
A legacy man.
He's not.
Yeah, that's like.
Neither is Scott Carpenter, my dear. He can take his dog man and run. Yep.
Hey, Sean. Sean's in the chat.
Oh my God, Mr. Lee, Steve Isdall, please.
Steve Isdall. Todd Standing. Hey, well, they at least fall into your realm, as far as I'm concerned.
Glenn Thomas. Who's Glenn Thomas?
Not sure. Sean is a real Squatch nerd, so he knows like everything about the subject. I thought I knew a lot. That dude knows a lot.
Yeah.
Glenn Thomas, Sasquatch stuff. I don't know if you're being.
Makes me think that Sean's got a lot of time on his hands when he's not cooking.
Something.
Todd Standing. Okay, Mr. Lee, you've taken it to your limit. That's enough. That is enough.
Just throw MK Davis out there, man. Just do it. You want to.
Try to do that. Try to do that.
Where's that ban button at?
He holds a lot of grudges, MK Davis. If you do a show on him, he comes at you full force.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even, and that's why I'm glad there's people like you, because I'm like, it's like, well, I'm not even, I don't even think about those people,
Right. Well, no, I was really working for, I'm just going to say it now because it's off the books for me, but the Mike Patterson thing, Brent was working on getting getting Mike Patterson on Sasquatch, Ontario, for any of you who don't know. And it was going to happen. He agreed to it. But then he had stipulations on the show and stuff like that. And I just don't think that's going to happen.
Well, there's also a high likelihood that his followers will come and attack the show if we had an honest discussion about his research.
Yeah. If I mention anything about Muppet Face or,
Muppet Face.
his
Dwayne or
yeah. And that was my main goal, was I wanted to get Dwayne on here with him. So it's not going to happen, because I'm not going to give him the rights to my show, period. He's not going to be able to take my show and do whatever he wants to it, cut it up, only show the little parts he wants to. That's not going to happen. I'm a little show, he still has thousands of followers. So
yeah, he's getting pretty angry though. So I don't know. It just seems like it'd be more trouble than what it's worth.
Right. And it was pretty lucky that Todd Prescott didn't get any flack on Sean's show that night, because he's full blown going after, Todd. And I don't know if any of you knew that, but he's not a very good guy. So those of you who, follow Patterson, please beware. Okay.
Patterson's not the good guy.
Yeah.
I'll be straight up honest about it. I don't buy a damn thing from Patterson. And
nothing. I don't believe anything. And
I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Yeah.
And that's not having to do with anything about having an open mind. It's just like, it's always what I say, man. You know what? Show me something. When you're making anybody can tell me I had an encounter with a Sasquatch and this is what it looked like. And I'm probably going to tend towards the side of believing that. Whether you show me a picture or a video of the Sasquatch or not, I can believe that you encountered a Sasquatch. Because I know that sometimes it happens by surprise and you don't always have time, or you don't have the wherewithal to go, well, let me get this on video. I understand that. But when you start adding grand things to it and trying to, read in all these, this is this and this is this, fine, prove that to me. Show me the evidence where you got this from, this information. And nobody has. I mean,
well,
I don't want to force you to go down this route, Nikki, but it's the same way with the
Sasquatch show.
What's his name? Scott Carpenter. Come on, man. Nephilim. Oh, Bigfoot or Nephilim? Prove it. How do you know?
There's no indication the Nephilim is nowhere near
whatsoever of how you fix it. So.
Nothing, and there's nothing.
Yeah, with Mike Patterson, it's the evidence that he is presenting that a lot of people have questions about and doubt. And a lot of people don't know that Dwayne actually came out and admitted that he was part of the hoax and stuff. And and it's interesting how he could just go away for a couple of years, come back, and as if nothing ever happened, and continue as he goes along, and attacking people under fake accounts. He's I don't know. If you guys follow him, anybody watches this, don't. The guy is a hoaxer.
Look, I have a Bigfoot drawing. This Bigfoot came to my backyard and left this, or he left this on my table. Bigfoot came in and he did this.
That's your Bigfoot name right there.
He gave this to me. Yeah. He gave this to me.
Yeah.
And it means I'll be home soon. That's what it says. I'll be home soon.
Mm-hmm. I got somebody to believe in me that I was a government agent working with the government to put misinformation out about Bigfoot and covering it up and stuff. I actually have people believing me, and I was just saying it out of a joke, like it's just, I don't know, my humor might be a little dry or something, and people might take it more serious. But it was like ridiculous stuff I was saying, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I hear you. I agree. I work with the government too." And I was like, "Gee."
Right.
People are desperate to believe.
fish barrel busted up and his family
Oh, are
gone.
you
Oh yeah,
talking?
what's
I
that
remember that.
story?
That's fuck, I remember that. There's a movie about it too.
What's her name?
Is that's where I think that's the one where, and I could be wrong. There's a movie called Something in the Woods.
David Ford movie.
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't
That
think
one?
that's it. No, I don't think that's
And I
it.
thought it was based on that because I know which one Donald's talking about. Yeah, it was, and I can't remember the area, somewhere out west there. Yeah, the woman, the mom, and the kids.
Oh,
They
is that
had
the cow
gone,
man?
huh?
The cow man?
No. The one that Donald's talking about, the story, and I can't remember the name of it now. But they were living out, and the woman had actually left the. Yeah, it was. They thought it was a cow. That's right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a cow. And the lady took her kids, and she walked like I forgot how far it was
Mhm.
down
What's
the
it
river
called,
or whatever to
Brent?
the nearest town because
I think isn't it the cow man? John Green did a story about that, and because the son came back saying, "Hey, there's a cow out," or whatever, something like that. And
yeah, they thought it was a cow, but it wasn't because it was on 2 feet.
yeah, and the dad came back, saw that there was nobody there, saw prints, and I guess the Bigfoot got into the house, I think, and
And got into the fish barrel.
yeah,
The
and
fish in.
so he went and got some of his homies, came back, and I don't think that they ever found the Bigfoot or anything like that, but there you go, the Chapman case. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Sean would know.
See, freaking Sean, Bigfoot nerd, he comes up with the name automatically. Boom, Chapman case.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sean.
that was actually a pretty interesting one, man. I mean, and not far from being unbelievable because I mean, and not far from being believable because I mean, come on, a barrel full of salted fish. I mean, why wouldn't a Sasquatch be attracted to that, man? Easy pickings.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike, I don't know if you know, but I had Will Jevning on my show to do the Minnesota Iceman. Go back and watch that, and it is kind of sus a little bit near the end there. About halfway through the show, um, Thomas Steenberg jumps on, and poof, he was gone. He jumped out of the combo. So it's real interesting. Go back and watch my Will Jevning Minnesota Iceman episode.
Now, see, they're talking about the Cowman of Copolis. I've never even heard
Yeah.
of that myself.
Yeah, I think I think Donald corrected me last time. I got these confused, the two cases confused, because I don't think the Chapman case then had anything to do with them saying it was a cow.
No, I think it did. In the Chapman case, they thought there was something out back and thought it was a cow until they came walking towards the house and they could see that it was on 2 feet, and it was like, that's not a cow.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
I get
cowman.
I get those confused sometimes.
Yeah. I'm not even sure I've ever heard of the Cowman of Columbus Beach, which is weird because I thought I knew a lot of the historical stuff, but
Oh, that's very interesting. I'll check that stuff out. That's what I'm looking for.
It's kind of weird, Bigfoot getting confused with a cow. I mean, it's like, wow, that's misidentification.
Well, I seem to remember somebody by the last name of Brown took a thermal of something in the woods,
first name went
and
Stacy with it.
the other Browns.
Oh,
that had that
the
thing.
thermal.
Yeah, the thermal, and they say
I'm not
it was.
sure how to feel about that thermal still to this day.
I still
Yeah,
think it was the rear end of a cow sitting on the other side of that stump, but I wasn't there. I don't know. It's just my opinion, folks.
I mean, there's definitely. I mean, I can say my opinion is they weren't hoaxing anything, and there is definitely something in that thermal. I just don't know
no,
exactly
I'm
what
not saying that they set it up.
Right.
Okay. Like
Right.
that would be a hoax, but there's some hoodwinks, okay? Because there were cows everywhere already there.
Yeah.
And none of those cows alerted to anything.
Yeah.
So I
Which is
just
odd.
think that Hairy Man is a predator. And I think they would have reacted that way. I don't think they act that way to regular human beings because
Right.
they're domesticated.
Right.
But I just
What do you think? What do you think of
think so.
Sarah Brown photo that they took of the figure that's behind the bush, and you just see from like right here to top right here.
Yeah.
They figured it out being like 9 feet. That was a really good one. That's like, oh wow, you can see the
Right.
thick brow ridge.
Yes,
You can see
Sarah
the
Brown. I'll have
head.
to look at that. I haven't heard
Yeah,
Let
that.
yeah.
me see if I can pull it up right now.
Yeah, that's
Um,
I've always found that one interesting because I talked to Sarah many years ago privately, and she actually invited me out many years ago to go out to her property, and I never did. Didn't have a
When you're
kind of live
talking
far away.
brow ridge, man, I'd like to be able to see that picture because I mean, I
Yeah,
know
it'll
when I was looking at Rasta standing 40 feet away from me, man, I mean, that brow ridge was thick. You could see it, man. Even though he
yeah.
had his hair hanging out, you could see that it was like very pronounced and his eyes were very deep set because of it, man.
Yeah, that's what this kind of looked like. You know, you can see like the big black eyes, and they did a follow up and went behind and took a picture of the where the figure was standing, and they gauged. I think it was like 9 feet tall, and did recreations on it to show the height and stuff. So they did some work into it because I think there's like, I think it's just 1 or 2 photos. Um,
Nothing's coming up. What? How do you spell her first name?
uh,
Is it with an H or without an H?
Yeah, I tried them both. Nothing's coming up.
uh,
Somebody got a link. You can send it to my Facebook, and I'll pull it up.
I
Hey,
have
But
the picture.
Dan.
I have the pictures, but it'd take a long
but
time to
you
get
don't get
edited.
on your computer.
Yeah, yeah. Thinking if it's on
Oh,
my.
wait a minute. Did I just find it? Back up. Back up.
Hey Dan, I took a look at your video that you did the other day with some weird noises and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you about that. I mean, there are some weird noises, man. I mean, I left a comment, so but I don't know what it is, man. It's definitely very weird. I mean, it's a pretty cool capture, and I haven't personally heard. I mean, I put it,
Ouch.
you know, if you got wild boars down there, I mean, some of it could be, but I mean, some of it doesn't sound exactly like that either. So I don't know what it is.
A good idea is to just take that snippet of the audio and just make a little smaller video about it, and then just kind of send it around to people, and
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I told him. I said, get it on a sound analyzer, man, and see if you can, you know, on a
yeah. Well, and
second.
also clip it too. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
Because there was definitely, I mean, he definitely picked up some really strange noises. And I mean, I can tell you right now, I don't think it's a dog or a dog man or anything like that, but it is weird. It sounds very, God, I don't even know how to, like I said, some of it sounded like it could be a noise that a wild boar would make, but others that it sounded like came from the same general whatever it was didn't sound quite like that. So it was, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say about shit like that, man. I mean,
well,
I'm not going to
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, oh my God, that's a Sasquatch you got there because I don't know.
Well, this is something that would is a really good project for us all is to take these little sample of sounds and put a little independent video about it so we can better vet these out. And if we do find the source, boom, right there, we'll have an example, like build up our own McCall library, so to speak.
Yeah.
So Bigfooters can access, sounds that you might not necessarily find on the McCall library or other sources.
Okay, let me try this.
Dan said,
Oh, he
thanks
took it to
again.
the zoo. See, that's what you got to do. Is that's really good. Is he's going outside the Bigfoot community to try and vet out this audio that he's collected, and the people at the zoo don't seem to know what it is, and
Yeah, that's what he says. I took it to the the dog just listened to it and he was tripping. Yeah, I mean, he may not know what it is either, especially if it's not something that's a primate. So, I mean, you may not, it may not even be a Bigfoot, of course, but it could be something else that, I don't know, man, but,
but you're doing a good job on as far as like trying to vet it out and
yeah,
that whole thing.
yeah, I like Dan. Dan is he's got a good personality and he's, and as far as, and Dan always tries to entertain, which is really cool. And I love the fact that he's so entertaining with his videos. And he's never like out there going, oh my God, this is definitely this, or this is definitely this. He's like, what the is that, And so, yeah, so you're doing good, man. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. We'll figure out what you got roaming around out there in the woods, maybe.
No, I'm not having any luck right now. So.
Yeah, I'd like to see that picture though, man. Yeah, if I could, because that sounds interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
Oh
we'll
no,
have to, we'll have to
it
find it.
really is. It kind of piqued my interest because it's like, wow, you don't really have to
because
circle
if
it,
it's not pareidolia, then I want to know what it is, right?
Yeah, well, it's not because they did a follow-up picture and they did an investigation on it and went behind the bush and took a picture of it.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, and they did like a measurement thing for it. So
So they actually did do something with it.
they
Say,
yeah, they
hey,
actually
look at
did
this
do things.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Let me
They
see.
actually went out and tried to do some. Okay, that's cool. That's what you should do.
Yeah. I mean, but the Browns, that thermal
But it's
video is really polarizing for them, so they
Yeah.
lucky.
but it's weird that I can't find anything right
Yeah,
now.
it's hard to find. It's hard to find right now, or it's just hard to find in general because I think I've only found it in one other spot, just in general searching. I got it personally from Sarah Brown. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what'd you do with it then?
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on, man.
I keep everything. Yeah.
Get on the stick there, bro.
Let's see. Nope, I'm just
Well,
not.
Facebook changed the thing. They made my tall one's Facebook page, its own like profile. So it's like I
Ouch.
don't
You
know.
can't just tease us with this shit and then leave us hanging, man.
Yeah, I
I know.
know.
Look at that. Wait, is that it? Decades evidence. Yeah, the things are kind of like hidden. Um, no, no. Just Stacy Brown's popping up every now and then. Oh, Brown footage. No, that's also Stacy Brown. So nope.
Yeah. Hey Dan, is that the one I'm talking about that you just put up there? Is that the one with the weird noises? If it is, yeah, you guys should go check that out and see if any of you have heard anything like this at all ever. Because I'm on board with I have not personally myself. I haven't heard anything quite like that.
What, Chuck? What? Wait. Has there been a sighting of Steve Curious Cryptid? I swear that was digitally making his lips move when he talked.
He he was on my show.
Yeah, he was just on your show.
And it was really him.
And I've talked to Steve Calls, by the way, everybody. He's doing fine. He's okay. He's really busy at work because they're in the middle of inventories. And uh, Sundays, he's actually works.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why he can't be on anybody's show. I think tomorrow is his last day. Sometime this week is his last inventory. And then he'll get back onto his schedule.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary of the channel. Can you believe that? I was looking and I'm like, holy cow, I didn't even do a 1 year show, a 1 year anniversary show.
Well, you know
Because
what?
it just popped up.
Since I'm able to pay for StreamYard again because of those 3 donations, I'm doing my Monday show tomorrow. Why don't you come on my Monday show and we'll make it about your celebration of your
Oh,
1 year.
thank you. You're sweet. Aw,
Hey,
thanks.
so do I get an invite too, Joe?
If you come up
He's
with
been
that,
along for a long ride. That's been a long ride.
I want to see that picture.
I mean, don't want to. That's fine.
That's funny. I never, you don't ever imagine your show goes as long as it does until it has,
Yeah, that's true.
But it's been a good ride. It's nice being your own boss though. If something comes up, I can say I can't be on or there's not going to be a show because I'm doing this or that. And everybody's pretty understanding, not like, well, I haven't seen if Jeff is in the house, but now he's part of a corporation. No, he's got a league. Now he's got to always be there on Monday nights. But it's kind of nice having, control of that. Because today I didn't know if I was going to have a show. And I know a lot of people were like, well, is she going to be home or is she not going to be home? Is she still in Vegas? What's going on? And
Mystery.
it's kind of nice to know if I have to cancel, I have to cancel. That's just the way it is. And there's no, it's just falls on me. So, which I don't like to do. So, and oh, by the way, that alarm at LAX, because we had to fly from Vegas to LA and then from LA to El Paso because there were no flights going direct from Vegas yesterday. And while we were there, alarms going off and everything. And I was like, oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
Somebody
Hey,
was
not to
saying,
get off the subject of Sasquatch, but just for a second, I need to ask you a question, Nikki,
yeah,
because I heard this long, long ago, and oh my God, I was so young back then, and I've actually been to El Paso, which I actually loved El Paso. It's such a when I was there, it was such a laid back place, man, and really, really nice people and everything. And I had at that time back then, I had read that one of the reasons why they were saying that things were so laid back in El Paso is that there is a natural sedative in the water, and that's why there's like the crime rate was really low. So I was wondering if you knew anything about that, if that was true.
I've never heard that the whole time I've lived here,
Really?
but you're the stats are right. The crime rate is very low. Now, it is exact opposite on the other side of the border,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Juarez is extremely high because of the cartel,
yeah.
and they're okay. For the whole time the COVID thing happened, things had really died down. Previous to that, every week there was a severed head hanging from an overpass in Juarez because the cartels do that. We don't hear all that news. We hear it here locally, you
Mm,
know. Um, but then things really mellowed out because there wasn't anybody coming across the borders. They cut off the borders for a while. And then people who worked over here, because many people travel for work back and forth, and they were allowing special dispensation for those people who had their proof they worked here so they could come and go. But they have a pass, a fast pass. They can go right through. But now crime rates starting to happen again. Now you're starting to see them popping up through manholes because there are holes and underground systems all through El Paso. And
popping up through manholes, huh?
they just
They
pop
have
up through
like they
manholes.
should have
There's
like
a couple
crew
who
out there
just
with
filmed
like
a guy and he popped up and then pulled out some, big old things of probably marijuana,
uh,
but it's everything, and
they're like whack a mole.
yeah.
Popping up.
And they just go and they fill up those holes with cement.
Yeah.
They just open the cement thing and it fills up the holes, and that's how they deal with them. It's kind of
Wow.
crazy. So it's
It,
one extreme to the other.
it
Um,
it's crazy that that this whole border thing with the South is still going on. It's so just get rid of the cartels and then boom, the people
can't
can have their country back.
But they
Sure we
can't
can.
because you know what? The cartels already own the police, and the police are run by the government, who's also highly involved. So
Well, that's
it's the
why.
whole state. The whole state. You
Well,
can't.
I think we should just go bomb them. Just strategic strikes. No, seriously. Just that's what we need to do is just get rid of these cartels so the Mexican people can have their country back, and they won't need to. They won't need to flee the terror that's happening down there, and we don't
Yeah,
need to spend like $20 billion a year on. Anyway,
I
so
know. It goes on and on because
uh,
they're getting drugs from um Venezuela and Honduras and all the Latin American countries, all the way, into South America. They're getting drugs hauled in easily into Mexico, and then they're, processing it and making it into the U.S. But it's
yeah,
crazy. It is
yeah,
crazy.
I couldn't find that photo.
It's
But
like disappeared. I can't.
yeah, well, she got it. Yeah, it's not widely circulated, which is really weird because I personally think it's a really good photo.
Yeah.
Just because you can actually physically see it, and
It is
you know,
somewhere because I know I've seen it. I know I've
yeah,
seen it.
yeah, yeah. I just don't know where to find that at. Coalition, maybe the search.
Oh, maybe something like that. I did try to go to find her Facebook, but I'm not friends with her, so a bunch of Sarah Browns popped up. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
anyway.
It's good. I know he has John Brown. Was his name John? Her husband. They have a YouTube channel now. I forgot what it's called, but it was.
Well, you supposed to do your homework.
I
Well,
know. Well, I didn't know we were going to talk about the Browns.
I
You
know,
want?
I know.
that doesn't help a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, they have a YouTube channel. I just don't remember what the name of it was.
You keep bringing me up and bringing me back down.
Telling you, got me all excited about this picture because I've never seen it. And
Yeah. No,
it makes sense if it wasn't
good,
widely
man.
circulated, why I didn't see it. But
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with it. Because I like it. Yeah. So
yeah, it sounds interesting. I wanted to see if I could tell if it looked anything like Rasta at all, because that would be
it
interesting.
it was, yeah, it was crazy because it looked like it had a conical head. You clearly see the ridge on the face, on the brow right there, and you see the big eyes, and then that's all you really see because then the bushes go right up to here. So right down here with all bush, and it was a good picture. Little
Yeah.
tease there, folks.
For sure, for
Maybe
sure.
next week we'll show that picture. So come back next week.
Yeah, do some
I'll have
homework.
to,
Try to find that thing.
Yeah.
try to do that. Something else that had been mentioned, where it was a conversation in one of those Facebook groups about, well, why don't they just show everybody the DNA proof that Bigfoot exists, and they have the DNA, everybody has DNA, and
We can't match the DNA to anything.
oh my god,
I
it was
mean,
just ongoing, that there's proof.
I mean, it's great to
DNA,
have DNA and all this other
and
stuff, but if you can't type it to anything, I mean, you know, in a situation like that, the best you can
yeah.
say is maybe, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a big fan of DNA. Or I'm a fan of it, but it's like, it's not I don't know. Not gonna prove it.
Well, like I said, I mean, and again, people start going crazy when you start talking about the importance of. That's why it's important to have a type specimen, and people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't kill them, don't kill them." I'm not talking about killing them, but I'm just saying that is why it's important to have a type specimen, because that's how you're going to get the DNA from, and then you can see what the DNA of these things are, and then from there you can figure out, well, how the hell did they evolve? What did they evolve from? And etc. But
Right.
until then, I mean, we're all just going to be running around chasing our tails with DNA and unknown DNA, unknown primate. What I mean? It's like, well.
And you still have the Ketchum followers. You still have the people who are on board with that. And she did the study and they found, whatever she
Yeah, I'm
says she
pretty
found.
skeptical about all that myself, man. And
But I don't think those people really read even an inkling, a little piece of that study, and the whole, she gets into angel DNA and all that crap, you just, I don't think people know that.
And
But
there were people involved in that study that, like I said, she may have not have known at all about it or whatever, but there were people involved in that study with samples or whatever that, are pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, are just like known hoaxers.
there were people in that study who wanted out.
So.
The minute they knew she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the whole part of the press conference stuff and that stage of it.
Yeah,
there was people who they wanted out at that point. But
well, red flags go up for me anytime that, like, for example, Tom Biscardi's name is attached to something too.
Mm-hmm.
If his name is involved in something, it's going to be a red flag for me.
Right.
Well, she's also talking about ridiculous stuff now, and so
Yeah.
Right.
consider the source. And
Mhm.
well, it's hasn't
Come on,
proven
you
it.
really think that Chewbacca costume, was played off, that it was real? If you think you're looking at a real face of a Bigfoot with that Chewbacca hard-nosed
Yeah.
costume, you're ridiculous. Seriously.
Well,
Go look at it again.
the thing is people don't expect people to hoax Bigfoot stuff. They, like these people who fall
Oh,
for this stuff, they don't expect, you know, to be hoaxing out there, which is weird because it's so incredibly common to the point where it's most of what you see is hoaxing or
right,
misidentification or something. But
right,
it's just that complete disconnect is like, oh, wow. Hopefully they'll get
Yeah,
it
and
one
I
day.
think with the
right.
advent of internet and everything else, I mean, the hoaxing is just ramped up with
Oh
everything.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But something I noticed is that the internet detectives have become very good at sniffing stuff out and actually going and properly investigating it. The armchair
Mhm.
researchers, as they're also called.
Right.
I think they're incredibly valuable to this subject, more than the people that go out on the field, even. But those people are yeah, I forgot I was going with that. Anyways, so yeah,
Keep going. Go for it, Brent. No,
uh,
listen, if you want answers, if you can't read the reports, there's always other avenues. Go find Dr. Haskell Hart. I highly recommend you listening to what this guy says and how he did his own search on her things, okay? He took what her findings were and then he went through it and he just going through it found all kinds of stuff that was wrong. Um,
Yeah.
Watch Detective Steve Calls had him on. That's a great episode. Um, Daniel Benoit had him on. ECBRO, another great one. And he was on somebody else's recently too. Those you need to listen to him, when it comes to DNA and what you need to say DNA counts. Yes, today we have people in the crime area who research DNA and they're able to find, people who have committed crimes from the 70s now, who are exonerating people who've been in jail for 30, 50 years and are now exonerated from DNA because now
Yeah.
we have that capability. But you have to have a source. You know, you
Yeah.
have to all those people in jail now have been typed. They have all their stuff in the system now. So now there's a place for them to go. It's not going to come up automatically, but if somebody files their petitions and gets their stuff put in and they can have that what's it called? When you can have another trial.
retrial.
It'll come to me when I'm not thinking about it. Anyway, they can have that DNA reprocessed and find out the truth.
Yeah.
That's how that's happening, left and right. You're seeing people who were in jail forever and now they're finally released when their whole lives were in because somebody said it was him who did it or, eyewitnesses were mistaken.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be that it was just done out of spite or whatever it was. They just made a mistake and they put an innocent man behind jail. It's not that kind of situation with Bigfoot with DNA
Right.
because we don't have the type specimen.
Yeah, and that's the important part, man. I mean, there's a couple comments in there, and it is, I'm not saying that, it is good if you can build up a database of like, like Jen said it, and Grasshoppers mentioned some of the stuff, and it's like, yeah, if there was, like it's interesting, like if somebody in, say Ohio, comes up with something that yields some unknown DNA, and I come up with something in New York here that, and those two DNA samples match, well, fine, but it's still not telling you that that's Bigfoot, right? You have two different, you have two samples that match, and et cetera. So, I mean, to have a database of a whole bunch of unknown shit that matches is great. You got something unknown out there, but you don't know what it is until you have a type specimen to compare that DNA to. You know.
Well, we don't even have anything close to that to
Yeah.
compare amongst each other. That's the thing. The bad thing with this subject is there's no real leadership in it. That just kind of all these individuals doing the best that they can, but it seems like I don't know. A lot more can be done to better figure out what's going on, whatever.
Yeah.
Dan, I'll go through. I go through. I go through YouTube, and I click on your stuff quite often to watch some of your stuff, obviously. And when I get a chance, I'm going through my my past shows because that's the only way I know how to do it, and trying to find you in the chat to make you a moderator, so I can get that $500 donation there, pal. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Donald Erickson Project. That was the catch.
How much did they make from that footage? Do you know?
Oh,
Wasn't
that
it
I
sold
don't
for?
know.
Wasn't it sold for $50,000?
What are you talking about now?
The Erickson footage of the sleeping Bigfoot that wakes up and it's like doesn't notice the people there, but they're breathing.
All about that.
Yeah, yes, but I think it was sold for $50,000. So for those that were wondering why people hoax in this subject, it's for paydays like that, because they do happen. Not very often, but they do happen. But they'll get the smaller paydays with different ways and stuff. So
Donald said they did the dirty to Bindernagel, which kind of pisses me off. I never met Dr. Bindernagel, but everything I've saw him, I followed him religiously. I've got his book, The Discovery of the Sasquatch, which is one of the greatest books by a biologist about this subject that I've freaking read myself. But he's such a kind man. I wish I had been able to actually meet him in person. And so if somebody takes advantage of him, I and that's one of the things, I'm sorry to go back to this. That's one of the things that pisses me off about Todd Standing. Because that's all he used Meldrum and Bindernagel for, is just to boost himself, and
yeah, you could put him in the promotion reel and stuff, but
Yeah.
Grasshopper here, it pretty much sums it up.
It's right. But that's the key, right? Grasshopper will build a type specimen. Who's building it? When are they going to build it? Who's going to take time? And is it going to be a reputable facility that's going to do that?
Yeah.
You can't have Joe Schmo doing it in his garage. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Why's it got to be Joe Schmo, man?
Sorry, Joe.
But it makes you wonder, though, of all the good evidence that we possibly have, but it's just not being presented properly, and it's just not getting out there in the ways that it should for whatever reason. So maybe the searching really isn't out in the woods. It's online, trying to get people aware, about the whole thing.
Mike has to talk about the casino footage that Dave was talking.
He found it.
I've seen that. I saw that, and it's not. They're right. He's right. It's never been generally released, but I did see that casino footage, and it is. Wow, it's pretty weird. You can't find it now because it is not released. You can't see that anywhere because that was I guess it's the First Nations. They won't release, But I did get to see something like that thing, and that was like weird.
So here's that picture, Joe.
There it is,
that's
Joe.
A picture of it's blurry, but I mean that's definitely, I wouldn't call that pareidolia myself. No.
Did you get the other pictures? Because this is the zoomed in one.
There is something.
Okay, it
solid.
starts right here.
I guess that's a microscopic of the hair. So they found hair, so that's good. Yeah, there's definitely something standing there.
Oh yeah, here it is. So I think is this the after picture, or is this the figure in there?
The figure's in there. It's right there in the middle. Right.
Oh, I can. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the.
Yeah,
I guess you
yeah,
guys can't see my cursor, but
I
I'm
can.
circling
Yeah.
around. Oh, you
So
can? Okay.
yeah.
the first one that we saw was zoomed in from this picture right here. And then if we keep going down, we might have like pictures from behind.
Interesting. It is interesting.
And this
Yeah,
is
it
on,
looks hairy. It looks like a
definitely
head.
something-
It's conical.
Definitely something there.
and this is here in Washington, and it's in well-known Bigfoot area.
Yeah.
It's on Native American land. So that's where they're actually living. It's actually a reservation, a big reservation. And this property was grandfathered in, or was their grandfather's, and so it's been in the family for a long time. And they just recently started living on there many years ago here.
It's hard for me to tell. I'm not going to say, oh my God, that's a great picture of Bigfoot. It's a little
Yeah,
blurry.
it's just
But,
a
I mean,
cool
then
picture.
again, and I mean, the hair seems to be a lot shorter than I saw. And I don't know. Like I said, the head's a little pointier, it seems like. But
They're
yeah, I mean,
saying
there's
that this is
definitely
the same
something there. But I'm interested. I'm intrigued that they actually found. So those pictures, those microscope pictures of the hair, I guess they actually found hair at that spot where it was standing. Obviously,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, so yeah, here it is. Oh, it's 7'5", not 9 feet. My bad. Many years ago when I.
well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't see the picture from behind the bush. or anything.
That's definitely interesting.
That's
and
it.
like I said, but I mean, that's not telling me that it isn't like possibly a costume, but I don't know. Just
Yeah, so these are the same people that had that thermal footage, the Grace Harbor thermal footage that Phil Pulling thinks is a Bigfoot.
oh, okay.
So
I mean, it
I don't
could
know.
be. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's
I don't
definitely
know.
not because I don't know that, but
Appeal. See, I knew it would come later. Appeal.
oh, appeal.
Those criminals file for an
Yeah.
appeal.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
I knew it would come out of nowhere.
What are you
I'm
talking
sorry.
about?
Sorry. Okay.
So yeah, and the Browns don't really engage with the Bigfoot community anymore, and I think that's their web or their.
Go back to that picture of the hair,
Which
Nikki. I
one?
wanted to.
The hair right there.
No, it's down.
Oh, more down? What hair?
No, that's the hair.
Keep going. Right there. That looks like it's
Ooh.
supposed to be a hair. Whoop, stop. Go back up.
Where?
Go back up. Just
Okay.
above the actual picture behind the bush. Go up. Up. Up another.
Oh, you're watching it from the
Yeah,
rig
he's
view.
watching. Yeah, he's
Okay.
watching.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I was there
Stop.
and you said to
Stop.
keep going.
Right there. See, that's interesting. That's obviously supposed to be a hair. But the thing that concerns me about the hair is that line. If you look at the second, that dark line in the middle of it looks like a medulla, which, as far as we know, suspect hairs of Sasquatch don't have a medulla.
Right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, but that's interesting. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a hair expert, but yeah, that's interesting. But at least shows that they're trying to do some due diligence with it, not just popping the picture out there
Right.
and saying, "Oh my God, look at this Sasquatch." They're,
Yeah, everybody's on the fence about their research. If it's legit or if it's
Right.
just, just misidentifying a cow. I mean, I don't know. I can go both ways on that thermal footage. I could see how it could be a Bigfoot. I could see how it might be a cow. It doesn't really move the entire time, but the fact that the cows don't pick up the scent of the Bigfoot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Bigfoot rubbed cow poop all over itself, so it kind of blends into the environment, and it was dark and stuff.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility to cover its scent.
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you don't hear talked about a lot because we don't really know a lot about what they do or how they do things. But I mean, that would make sense if they are, as my hypothesis or my, or to put it in a simpler language, my guess being hunter gatherers, why wouldn't they try to cover their own scent, right? And
well, if they're
how would they
covering
do
their
that,
own, if they're aware of their prints and how we might be able to track them that way, then they'll probably be aware that their scent gives away. Because I'm sure that they learned that while hunting, that their scent and all this different stuff gives them away. So why wouldn't they go to the extreme to blend into the environment as much as possible? And they realize that if they go there just smelling like they usually do, well, they'll probably alert all the other animals and bring attention to them, which will, not be what they want. They want to observe us, so they probably just rub cow poo all over them and go hang out and watch. Yeah, cows are like, whoa, wow, that's a big smelly cow.
Yeah,
Dan, I can't click on that link. I can't do that from here. So, how can you get that to me? Are you friends with me on Facebook? Do you have my messenger? Just send it to me in Messenger because I can't get to it from here. It won't let me copy paste or nothing.
Yeah, Kaiju, these are from the Browns.
From the Browns, yeah.
Sarah Brown, not Stacy Brown, Sarah Brown. Yeah. Here in Washington.
Donald says it's the cow's south end and the Gray's Harbor footage.
Yeah, I mean, could be.
Yeah.
Well, I would have to. I haven't seen it for a long time, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, listen to Mr. Lee being all
the ridge that goes down.
We will never discover the truth. Yes, we will, Mr. Lee. If enough of us keep doing it.
If I do my job right, we won't.
That's right.
Jen, is this from
Mr. Secret Government Agent?
Is this what? Is this from Dan the Man? Yes or no? Oh yeah, okay. It says Daily Beast down there. Okay, gotcha. I didn't know it was on his channel. Okay, give me 1 second. This is from Daily Dan the Man. Oh, so much clicking just to get to this. Here we go. Okay, let's see. There we go.
That looks like a statue.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a statue, but it looks familiar too.
It does look familiar. Yeah, there's just.
Who is this from?
Me, everything.
Dan says that he said taken in Williamstown, South Carolina by a guy he knows.
Is it only one picture?
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I guess so.
That totally screams either costume or something not alive, like something stuffed or a figurine or
So I mean, Dan, did he see this thing moving and turned and took a shot of picture? Is this a video? And this is a screenshot of a video, but he saw movement or there's a lot of questions. Or did he just send this to you and say, hey, check this out? That all makes a difference. I don't do nothing but almost banned him. Do nothing but YouTube lop. I can barely do that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say that guy's trying to pull one over on Dan. He may have just actually seen something and took a picture, or I'd like to know the backstory of it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is the whole backstory with this picture. It needs to be presented with the picture itself, so there's no question.
Okay, he says it moves in 3 different pictures, so it's moving. But okay,
this is the only picture we get to see.
That's the only one that they sent me.
So. Is this a YouTube video?
This is yeah.
So
Dan put this on his show, but it's from another guy named Trotter, who has the pictures. So this isn't his.
Yeah, I mean, with how available costumes are nowadays, it's
yeah.
it's
And the
It
one
looks
thing
so
that I'm looking at here is
thick.
that
It looks so thick.
the hair is just so uniform, and you very rarely see that on the. I mean,
What am I
I'm not.
looking at on the ass? I
I'm
can't
not.
tell.
Yeah.
I can't tell. That dark spot on the butt kind of looks.
I think that's some poo.
Maybe
It
they say
maybe
they're
just got through taking
stinky.
a dump. Who knows?
They say they're
But it just
stinky.
seems to
They're
me
going for
like the
max
hair is just
authenticity.
too uniform on it
Um.
because it's like that's not and I'm not saying my encounter is the be all and end all of what they're supposed to look like, but there was not that uniformity of length of hair. I mean, depending on what part of his body you were looking at, I mean, the hair was different lengths, and most of the credible, I would say, encounters that I've heard of that
Oh, nice
people
shoes.
have
Okay, yeah. The next
described the
one. That is
hair.
not real, Dan. That is not. I do not think that is real. I don't. Hold on. I'm
What?
coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm going. Oh no, I lost it. There it is.
I can't see the shoes, but I'll take your word for it.
Uh, it's got a square end at the bottom, and then black, and
Oh yeah,
um.
reminds me of that Ken King hoax, the Arkansas Bigfoot. When
Mhm.
you with that apple reaching, how it has that, how the
Oh
costume is just right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Another hoaxer that kind of flying under the radar, huh? Actually,
But I mean, I would like to know measurements, and all this other kind of stuff. I mean,
Uh,
I don't think it's
I don't know if I
it's
can
that.
zoom
well,
in on this.
well,
Nope, I can't because
so
it's a video.
this picture looks like it's further away from the than the last picture. So it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah.
did he
How did they?
reframe?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Uh, let's see.
Or is that the same
Mm,
one zoomed in?
it could be because there's that black thing again that I was looking at, but so it must have just been a
So
zoomed
we're
in.
likely looking at just one picture.
So we don't have. You said their pictures are moving, but I do not see any movement in the pictures at all. It's just still screen, still
Yeah, it
shots.
looks like it was just zoomed in. The other one, 'cause it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, because the other one is definitely just this one, but it's a zoomed in picture. The backing, the log that's next to him is the same one from before.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you should call this guy out, Dan. Tell him, man,
Yeah.
these are fake, bro. What are you doing, man? I put these on
Yeah.
my channel, and it's like, geez, dude. We now don't consider that guy a reliable source for anything Bigfoot. Not you, Dan, but the other guy.
Good bringing that one out,
Um,
Dan. Yeah.
Because yeah, it's
and
shenanigans here. I mean, this is hoodwinking stuff where this guy, whatever reason, maybe building his channel so he can whatever. I mean, who knows why people
let's see
like
which one
want
is
to hoax
screen
stuff and
sharing.
fake it.
And then Jennifer, I guess Dan
Yeah. And
sent
he
them to
might be,
Jen.
he might be trying to have fun with you, knowing that you're into, investigating all this cryptid stuff, and maybe he's like, having a little fun with you or something. Because yeah, yeah, I'm ruling that one
Yeah, the
on
next
that one.
photo, Jen, it's the same photo. I'm not gonna put that one up again.
Yeah, Dan says he's been suspicious. God. Well, and probably you should be, Dan.
Screenshot. You can probably
Yeah.
enlarge. Oh,
Instincts are
you
getting on this
screenshot.
stuff.
Ah, gotcha. You're so smart. Okay, hold on. Mhm.
Kaiju Ninja says best photo in 60 years.
That's what it says. That's what it says. Hold on, right here. Is it? Wait,
Best photo in 60 years.
wait.
Well, I mean, if you want to actually go down to the photo photography.
Oh, did I delete
funny
it?
picture.
What do you do with
What?
it? Damn it! Oh, okay. I screened the wrong place.
It's not blurry, which is too bad for the guy that took it because then you can really analyze it and go, yeah, no, dude.
There it is. Okay, and then she sent this one.
Yeah, looks like the same one.
Is it coming? Oh, yeah. Okay, now can I do?
That's photo.
Now the best part, Dan, is you can do another video up showing, hey, we found you found this picture to be suspect, and for X, Y, and Z reasons, and do another video of it, and there you go.
It won't let me have an option to
Dan says, okay, I'm guilty of clickbait titles. I can
enlarge
tell.
it. I thought I was going to be able to enlarge it from here, but I can't.
I'm
But
not
it's all
so-
the same
I'm
picture,
not so
so
concerned about the titles, man.
yeah.
Oh, is that what the title is? Oh yeah, it is Bigfoot best
Yeah.
photo in 60. Oh yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that's meant to say that. Oh, yeah, that's I would definitely say that's not a real Bigfoot, and that person that gave you the photo is up to no good, not a reliable source for anything Bigfoot. So it's like not even worth interacting with them really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kaiju says Dan, the arms are too short. That's a good. That's a
It
good.
was all the
good
dimensions
the
are
arms
wrong.
pretty
It's
short,
human.
man. They don't look any longer than a
Oops.
actual human beings, and I mean, at least even I can say that about Rasta. His arms were actually longer than, I mean, I wouldn't have said they reached to his knees, but they were a lot longer than anybody's, human being's arms. And when you see something like that, where, I mean, the proportions are just off. Yeah.
Hey, Mickey,
Right.
it looks like Blake has some pictures that he wants to send you.
Who?
Blake,
Blake.
Lost Cryptid.
Oh, sure. Send them to. I don't know. Are we friends, Blake, on Facebook, Messenger? I don't think so.
Yeah, Hairy Man hoaxes and hoodwinks.
Yeah. Do you have your email
Gmail.com.
up there? You can send it to our email.
Yes, you can send it to my emails right here. HairymanHoaxes@gmail.com. And we'll go from there. I'll even go open Gmail up. Ooh, boy, I should have opened my Gmail a long time ago.
Have a good night, Mr. Lee. Or morning, or whatever it is there.
What's today? The 11th. 12th. Okay. Whew. Thought I missed my appointment. Okay.
I gotta tell you about this fire that we have here. It's like really bad, and it's about 10,000 acres now.
Saw that. I saw that in like 30 minutes east of you, right?
Yeah, it's up off Highway 2 and gone camping there, and it's crazy. I on my Facebook page, the tall ones, I got a story on there and a video of people that were trapped on a mountain as the fire was coming up. Search and rescue couldn't get to them. Nobody can get to them, and so they were on their own pretty much. And they talk about their story, and they actually film some of it as they're trying to get away from this fire. And incredible story, and it's a devastating fire. They already got 2 towns evacuated, and last I heard it was 1% under control. And
is it a fire caused by natural causes?
I think it was a campfire. Yeah.
I hate those.
Man,
Oops.
It's my pet peeve, man.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to fucking camp, man, and take care of your fire and not burn down the fucking woods, and stay the goddamn hell out of the woods, man.
Well, there's a lot of warnings too about how there's a burn ban, you can't buy wood, anything like that. But there's still dumbasses out there that will go do it. Even when me and my son went camping, we came across a campsite that they were gone, but the campfire was still smoldering and it was like still smoking. And it's like, come on, guys, there's, it's follow the rules. There's a burn ban for a reason. Yeah. And now this fire, it's like decades in the making apparently, and it's just destroying all of the forest.
It's really not hard, man. Before you leave your campsite, man, I do it every time, man. Is I will pour as much water as necessary for me, even if the fire is not going anymore. If there's any smoldering or any, I pour water on it until I don't see any, until it's like a little pond.
Yeah, you should check out the pictures from this fire though, because it's insane. We got a bunch of ash here from it, and I'm like far away from it, and it's just it's hard. Hopefully everybody gets out there or gets evacuated okay, and firefighters are okay, and there's no hikers stranded back there that nobody knows of.
Well, Thursday night, Vegas was covered in smoke.
Was it?
We had a lot of smoke and it looked really weird. So we thought a storm was coming in, which there was some overcast, but then Saturday it was just, it was just all smoky. And we didn't know if there was a fire nearby. So I Googled it, fire near Las Vegas. And what popped up was that exact fire.
Yeah.
Because I guess the winds are just blowing it straight that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that. I think you were probably getting the Oregon fire because ours was blowing west because of the easterly winds. So it was like literally blowing right to my house.
Oh, that's the one the news reported. That's the one that they had a big old thing.
Yeah, the big
Vegas
boom there.
Vegas getting from the name of the town to started with an H. I don't know. I can't remember now what it looked up.
Yeah, this one's called the Bolt Creek fire.
Yeah, the Bolt Creek fire.
Yeah, here in New York, I mean, every year at the same time, every year, there is a fire restriction every year for a few months until they're absolutely sure that and then it lifts, and then you can have campfires. And usually I don't go out camping until the ban is lifted because I like having a campfire so I can, I mean, I have my camp stoves and stuff that I can cook on. But I like being able to cook over the fire, certain things and etc.
Yeah, it's part of camping. It's part of the camping thing. It sucks that people ruin it by not following the rules, and it sucks because I was actually planning on going out and doing stuff with my kids that day, and I couldn't even get outside because it's like, man, the smoke was so bad.
That's my biggest pet peeve with people, and when they go out in the woods, man, it's like, dude, if you cannot follow simple freaking shit to make sure that you don't screw everything up, or then stay the hell out of the woods, man. I mean, it's no wonder that freaking Sasquatch, I mean, I can imagine the Sasquatch be like, God, these freaking little pink things don't even know how to freaking live in the woods, man.
Well, it makes you wonder what if Bigfoot is in that area, which there's a ton of reports from it. What are they doing in a fire like this? A fast-moving fire where,
they gotta flee.
Yeah. It's like, well, where are you going to go? Because there's talk right now about all the animals fleeing, going into town. There's already people talking about bears, coming right in their yards, which isn't that uncommon, but you can tell there's a lot of animals fleeing right now, and it sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what the big thing going on here is that big fire. I'll go get video of it after they get put out and stuff because I've got a lot of videos and pictures from that area, so I'm gonna do it before and after.
Jennifer, Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate that. Sean. Okay, you already sent me that. Sorry, all kinds of messages, people coming in.
You just reminded me of when you said we're going to get Bigfoot in our towns now. It's like, look, that's the one way that I don't recommend that we try to find Bigfoot is by burning down the forest to force them out. That's like the stupidest way.
Right.
Oh, easy way to find Bigfoot. Let's just burn down the freaking forest.
Oh, I know it sucks. It just does.
Blake, ever seen those pictures?
Nope. I refreshed several times, and nothing.
I hope nobody's ever set a fire on purpose for that purpose.
You never know.
Okay, you guys, it is time for news. So here we go. If I can find it again. So our
Woo!
top stories today in Bigfoot news. 2 days ago, Bigfoot believers plan weekend-long search in Ohio. So is it the Ohio Bigfoot Conference? No, welcome to Bigfoot Encampment. Bigfoot believers. This comes out of Cleveland. This weekend, researchers are planning to use a state-of-the-art technology to search for signs of the elusive species. What you need to know. Pleasant Hill Lake Park is hosting Bigfoot Base Camp Weekend, September 9th through 11th. Researchers said they plan to use state-of-the-art high-definition thermal drones and handheld cameras to search for activity after dark, hoping to find signs of Sasquatch.
I'm giddy. Thermal drones.
Ohio is the fourth in the country for the number of Bigfoot sightings in the country, according to Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Thousands of people are expected to take part in the mass search for Sasquatch at the park. That'll bring them in. Bring thousands of people.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to find them then.
The group is planning to use the high definition thermal drone cameras. I just read that and they repeated it. Matthew Moneymaker, founder of the BFRO and host of Animal Plans Finding Bigfoot, is leading the investigation.
Oh well, it's a definite then.
There you go.
Oh, how much is it?
It's probably at the bottom. We're demonstrating and testing the technology, but we're doing it in a place where we actually can get it done, he said. The park is playing host since it's the site of a reported Sasquatch sighting in August of 2020. Louis Andres, program specialist for the Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District, said family of 4 reported seeing an 8-foot-tall hairy being after dark while spending the night at the park's primitive campsite.
They might find some moose there.
Okay, give me 1 second. Blake just
I don't know if there's any moose in Ohio.
gave me a friend request, I think. Where is it? It popped up and it disappeared.
$75 a person. Wow, that's a lot of money to
That is. To
go out
me,
to the woods. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Thank
So-
you, Blake. I got them, Blake. I will put them up shortly.
So there,
I don't think Moneymaker's ever going to live down the best Bigfoot tracks of 2020. And they ended
Okay,
up being
so-
moose tracks.
Where did you find something? You looked it up?
oh no, finding the trackway. Looked it up. It looks like.
Oh, okay. What else? What else does it say here? The documentation is something the group wants to change. Anders said he hopes that event provides a safe space for people to report their own encounters without a fear of being ostracized. The data will help provide a clearer picture of the mysterious creature that Moneymaker said evolved from the largest primates that roamed the earth. And the theory is that some of them adapted and became more and more remote, more and more reclusive, and more avoiding humans, and we're seeing the descendants. Moneymaker said he started studying Sasquatch as a kid, blah, 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 started that. I was ecstatic after that. I knew they were real. And more importantly, I knew that they were all naysayers, the skeptics, the scientists that say there's no such thing. Suddenly you realize they're all totally wrong. So there you go.
No. That's
That-
fantastic. I hope that they are very successful. I think anything associated with Matt, though, kind of has a circus type atmosphere around it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
Matt.
I'd just like to know how he knows that they're definitely involved from the largest primate, meaning Gigantopithecus. I mean,
Well,
that's just a null hypothesis of some people, and I'm not buying it because none of the credible sightings I've ever heard ever described it as being anything that looked like it could have evolved from that. I'm sorry, just not.
Well, he thinks that and says that because no one can really challenge it. So
And he says it like it's a fact. It's like, okay, well, if you know that for a fact, then show me the evidence that you know that for a fact.
but that's Matt. He always like talks from like as if it's a factual situation.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's like I saw a guy. I saw a guy in a video, and they were sitting around, and I'm not going to mention the name of the person because it doesn't reflect on him as far as I'm concerned. But they were a bunch of people sitting around a campfire of this well-known researcher, and one guy was going off on how, and just talking like in facts, like, oh well, the giganto Bigfoot is this, and this. And I'm like, what? None of that, what you said, has ever been verified. Ever. It's like what's that scene in the Star Wars movie where Luke says, everything you just said is wrong.
Does it put?
but yeah, that's the thing is, people just need to identify those people. And
What the heck, Blake? Oh my God. Okay. So you want me to share these? Just oops, I clicked out too many times. Hold on. Okay. The last two are Val's personal ones, who was 110 believed to be true. This is in the lower. Oops. Oh, damn it. I have to click back and forth. She doesn't want to be. Oh. Okay, let me see. Gosh. Hold on. Okay, if he wants me to share these, you want to send them to me.
And Kaiju said Matt supported the Wookiee footage and blocked me on Twitter for calling him out on it. I never knew that, but
of course.
Okay, these following photos were sent from Blake. Did I do a mom move, Batman? Batmom? I am a mom, but it happens. Okay, so Blake says, I don't know. I don't have these stories behind these pictures. Please give credit to Val Zavala and his gumshoe guy Michigan Bigfoot reports and sightings Facebook group. They were from there. Okay. These last two are Val's personal ones, who I 110% believe to be true. This is in Lower Michigan. So this is the first one. And I think we're looking at a peaker here. I'm not sure. In this area. There's also a darkness here.
Is there any chance you can send her a zoomed in picture of it, Blake?
No. I can't. Probably what I'd have to download it and then pull it back up.
Well, I was hoping Blake can zoom into it for you and just resend it to you of what we're supposed to look at.
So that's that one. Let me move on to. There's a lot of them. This is the next one. Oh, okay. If this is the follow-up hoax, then yes, there was movement. Wow, that face kind of looks like the Todd Standing face, the leather face one. But why is there all that baggy pants right there? There should be no baggy skin like that, or hanging down like that either. That's not muscle. That's hang. Maybe that I'm not looking at it correctly. So maybe that's part of the tree coming out that way. Okay, so I'm gonna move on.
That's the thing about it. And I'm not, you know, saying anything negative about whoever sent this to you or whatever.
Uh-huh. Well,
Um,
this is go ahead.
that's the thing about things like pareidolia. I said it the other day. I mean, that's how one of the ways you can identify possible pareidolia. And I'm not saying that's exactly what this is. I'm just saying it could be because, you know, you can have like 10 people look at the same thing and those 10 people see 10 different things. And it's like, well, if you're all looking at the same thing and it's supposed to be a certain something, you should all be seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Don't do it, cat. Stay over there.
So, I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't know what's in these pictures because I can't see it well enough.
I can't see shit. Only because it's like this big, literally on my phone, this big.
Okay, this is another one that he sent.
Whoa. So, is there only one picture of this one here?
That looks familiar too.
That looks like a Mark Anders or
Yeah, well, not Mark
Yeah,
Anders. It looks
well,
like
Sonny, what's his face?
Sonny Vader.
Sonny Vader. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying that.
It seems like with that last picture, though, there was opportunity for more pictures, and you figure
there would be more pictures.
yeah. I mean, it's like that's why the one picture thing is always kind of a huge red flag, because you could just hold the button down and just take pictures. It's not like you have to wind up a camera and be like, focus and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So there should always be more than one. So it's huge red flag if there's only one.
Oh man, I don't see a Sasquatch
Looks
in
like
that
a
at
tree
all.
and part of a tree. I mean, that could just be.
I
And this
mean,
is another example of why pictures are just never going to do it. You know, I mean,
right.
Or
It's
you
not
need
because I bet you every single one of us sees something different in this particular picture right here.
well, that's why we
I
need multiple pictures and a follow up.
Right. Because
yeah,
right
know.
now, what I see is I see one of those Halloween skeleton with the hoods that you hang, off your
Oh yeah.
thing. See
right.
the skeleton face in the hood over the head,
Oh
and then see
yeah.
the drapey at the bottom there. That's how they look. They
I can
have that
see that.
drapey netting at the bottom.
Right.
That's what I see. I do not see
Now
a
that you
Sasquatch
pointed
in that
out,
one.
that's what I see.
But
Yeah.
I just told you guys what I see, and now you're gonna
Right.
start to see that.
Oh, I can see
I
it even on
also
my
see a
left
face
phone.
in the tree. See, the tree has eyes and a face.
Yeah, the tree has eyes.
Yeah.
Smile.
So, I mean, that just happens. So, anyway.
So if
Next.
this was this is a research group, right?
Hold on.
That sent it
It
to Blake.
is from Val Zalvala's Gumshoe Guy, Michigan Bigfoot Reports and Sightings on Facebook.
Oh, I see. There's something way back there.
So these are probably a bit pictures from a bunch of different people. If it's his group and these are all pulled from their photos, it's probably a bunch of different people contributing to these.
They
I
should
see.
probably have a better standard with what gets presented. They're like, okay, if you're gonna
Well,
present
there's
something, we got to have a before,
tons.
after.
Yeah, there's a lot
So
of those
some
Facebook
black
groups
figure
just for
standing
photos.
by a tree down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, way over
I don't know
here.
what
Kind
that
of
is.
lowers the quality of evidence.
Yeah, I
Could
don't know what that is.
could be. Boy, that looks familiar.
That
That
could be a
red looks like
person.
Arizona.
You can't see
Um,
anything. This looks like a crater or a canyon or.
Yeah,
looks
that could
like
be a person admiring the view or something.
okay, now I definitely see this. I definitely see the eyes,
Yeah.
face,
I'm
everything.
waiting for it. to
I
pop up
feel
on
like
my
this is
screen.
a pretty clear photo. Is it a Bigfoot? I don't know. Is
I
it
don't
of
know.
a Halloween costume? I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. It is something there.
Oh
There's
yeah, yeah.
there's no pareidolia. It's not a stump. It's
No, there's
not.
something. There's something
It is
physical there.
something there.
Although it could be a stump of some sort behind that other tree, but and it just looks like that. But it looks like a
It
Halloween
could.
gorilla
Yeah, you're
mask
right.
to
There
me.
could be something, but I don't know. I see the face,
Because
nose.
yeah, I see a face, and that's why I'm saying those eyes, It looks like a Halloween.
The eyes
horror
look
mask.
really bulgy, like crazy bulgy.
Oh,
I don't know.
again, I can't make 100% declaration on it.
I had an uncle who could pop his eye out like that.
Gross.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's pareidolia.
Could be mushrooms
100%.
growing on a stump.
Look
yeah,
at the
that's-
size of that circle, though. Look at the size of the circle. It's hilarious. It's like the whole picture.
Yeah,
There
that
you
is
go.
not a Bigfoot. That is, I see the whole. That's just the
Good
end
ball.
of the tree there. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
yeah.
with a picture, if you change the filters and do like in an app called Snapseed, you can create these right here very, very easily, just by changing saturation, sharpness, and different thing. So I'm, just by the look of it, is what happened there. So
Trackway says I know that one. Which one do you know? What do you have information on? It's the Dupree sighting from Atwood Lake, Ohio. The bulgy eye one? We'll call them bug eyes.
Bulgy eye. Call him Jackie Lamb.
Hold on, I'll write this down and I'll look into it.
I know
Bug
there's a lot of
eyes.
people who probably don't know who Jackie Lamb is, but
Bug eyes is that who you're saying? Bug eyes?
Ewoks from Indoor.
he walks. He mailed it to you, Nikki.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. I'll stop writing. Okay.
Why
next.
the circle though? I don't understand the red circle.
That's a big circle, man.
Okay.
I like it though. I like that circle.
I
I don't like the picture, but I like that circle.
That is a perfect red circle.
It is, yeah. I mean, if you're ever going to use a circle, that's the circle you want to use.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, look, this one has a copy. Oh no, that's date.
Has a
I thought,
copyright.
I thought, somebody copywrote it. Like adorable.
Algonquin Park canoe trip. Edward CM truck footage.
Again, only one picture.
Again.
Well, there
Yeah.
might be more. I mean, I could go through all these and see if I can
Oh,
find more.
I'm sure. Yeah, there's usually only one. Seems
Yeah.
like the
Most
usual
will,
MO.
but that's what you got to do. If you have a photo, remember what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go take the photo. I'm gonna drop it into Google Images, see if anything else comes up. I might even just put this into remove the background, and just have the actual Sasquatch and try it from there. That way, sometimes you'll have more success with that too.
I'm
So
not sure if Sean is referring to this one that you have up. He says, "I remember that. It's from a video."
the one right now, that's the
I'm
whole
not
thing
sure. I
about this.
think
It's
that's
kind of
what he's
delayed.
referring to. I'm not sure. Yeah, where's the red circle on this one?
Oh,
That's definitely taking a step.
That would
what are we looking at?
what am I looking at here?
It's like, where's Waldo? Who's going to find it
Oh, is
first?
is
Who's going to find it
Waldo
first?
Oh, it's right in the middle.
no. Not on
I'm
yet.
circling.
Oh,
I'm circling
okay.
as fast as I can. See,
I know,
big
the thing
arrow,
on the-
big arrow, big arrow,
on-
right here.
Right there.
Okay. Again, too far, too distant. Could be a person. Could be a tree stump leaning on a tree. I mean, it could be a lot of different shit.
But
only
it's
one
interesting.
picture.
You want to know something? I've not seen any of these photos before.
Oh, same here.
I
Fun.
haven't either.
It's the Where's Bigfoot game.
Oh, there's a.
There he is. Look. There he is. There he goes. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, that one didn't go. Okay.
Oh, there he
Ooh,
goes.
that one is interesting now. That. There's no information on the bottom really.
Yeah,
I think it's one of three though,
I don't know.
or two of one. What? It doesn't make
Again,
sense.
that's not just some bushes looking like it from what I see. I mean, so
I don't know. It's interesting, but it's really grainy. The whole photo is
yeah.
extremely zoomed in. So this is not the original photo because the way the picture is.
Yeah.
or maybe that's how it was released.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Wait a minute. I think I've seen that one
it looks like a game.
with the glowing eyes.
Kong.
I think I've
It's
seen that.
Kong.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
That's
Interesting. I
yeah,
don't-
yeah, that's cool.
Interesting.
It looks like a gorilla. It could be a gorilla in
Yeah,
a zoo for all I know.
Yeah, I
don't know.
mean, that's the thing is I see these pictures like this, and I'm sorry, I have to be like, automatically with no backstory, so blurry, all this other stuff. It's like, it's got to be like just a hoax or something, or.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty
But
interesting.
like Nikki said, I mean, it could be could be a gorilla. I mean,
It looks like a
could be
gorilla
anything
to
going
me.
on with
It
this
just
picture, we
does.
don't know about
The
it.
whole biceps and chest,
Yeah.
it does. And the way it's hunched over, it looks like a gorilla. Big eye sockets.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I know this one. Where's my book? Where's my big book?
Dan said, "Is it holding a cross?"
It's
Oh,
the cross
wait,
is
vampire.
the crosshairs on the camera. Okay, I know this one. Give me a sec.
I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard to. A lot of times, it's just really hard to make judgments on these, and so you just have to go to the default, man. It's like,
Well, yeah. I mean, shoot. Some of this might be good evidence, given with the backstory, and there might be more photos too. So we really don't know. Be interesting. To see what's out there. What people have.
Oh man.
So I mean, who's ever like, is this off a website or something?
It's off the
Or is
group.
it-
We're still on the
it's the
group
group.
photos.
Oh, it's on their Facebook group though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Incredibly lucky group.
yeah, if I find it, I'll let you guys know. But
I mean,
think I had it on the show once.
best I can say about this one is it's I mean, I'll admit it's interesting. But again, so blurry you can't really clearly see, which throws up red flags for me, man. I mean, is it blurry on purpose because Bigfoot's blurry, or I mean,
Well,
is it
he
blurry
sends out that electrical
that way you
signal,
can't
man.
make out that it's a mask, or I mean,
No, Bigfoot sends out that electrical signal and blocks our cameras and causes distortions.
what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, man. You didn't hear all about this? Zasky's all on the
Oh my god,
story with it. Yeah, he's getting it all figured out, man.
Basky,
Yeah.
Mr. Perry.
Yeah, but it's like, when was this photo taken? Like what, 1950? Like 60?
It looks
70?
like something Facebook Finding Bigfoot would have had.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like talking trash about every photo though.
Well, I know,
Jerk move on my part. Sorry,
the
Blake.
problem is with photos, man, is like so many of them just aren't good enough, man. That's the thing. And sometimes people can't help that. I understand. And
Yeah, Blake, there's some interesting ones there. If you get some more information on them, that would be that'd be great. Because with how it's there's
I mean, that could be a fucking Bigfoot for all I know.
it might have like an amazing backstory and maybe more photos to it, and that's why when stuff gets presented, it's like, this is kind of like off the cuff.
I mean, I gotta admit that I can make out an eyebrow ridge, but the rest of the face is just so blurry that. But I mean, it could be. Fuck it, I don't know. I mean, that could be a Bigfoot, but it's not enough detail for me to go, wow, they got a picture of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I can't find it, but I know that face. I'll find it. Okay. Except for the picture I'm looking for is a forward-facing picture of it.
Yeah. And
is that it? What?
Now, is this supposed to be from a game trail camera, I suppose?
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
That looks funny at the bottom.
Yeah.
It looks funny.
You might want to skip past this one though. I don't know.
Oh, look, there's something peeking over there.
Oh, there it is.
You see it? Do I need to
Oh.
circle it? Circle, circle, circle.
There it is. Hey, little guy.
I see it.
Or is it a rock? I don't know.
Bigfoot peekaboo?
It's Bigfoot mimicking a rock, which they could do.
Or it's a rock mimicking a Bigfoot.
Could be.
Or it's
What the heck?
it's an armadillo.
That would scare the shit out of me if I saw something like that out there.
Yeah,
For sure.
if it was moving, maybe. Because that.
Yeah,
there,
if it was moving. If that, because it kind of has a effect of ghillie suit look to
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, but it would
Oh.
still scare me.
Oh, I was gonna go with like a tree, tipped over
A
tree,
stump?
but yeah.
No, it's
that's
got
just what I see. A
it-
little black thing here. So.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
again,
got
too
drapes. It's got something drapey on it.
It's like smaller than a grain of rice for me.
too distant for me to make a judgment on that one.
Yeah.
We need to start a GoFundMe so you can get you at least an iPad or something.
Oh, I got one. Yeah, I got one.
Well,
but,
dang it. You could be looking at that right now.
that's true. I didn't know we were gonna have photos up. I was gonna get binoculars.
Yeah,
Oh,
Trackway says it's Bigfoot taking a wee wee,
oh, yeah, could be.
peeing on a tree.
Yep. Oh, there comes
I
the cat.
don't know.
I
It's
told
just too
you
distant. I mean,
not to come on here. Go away.
it's just too distant. It could be a Bigfoot. It could be a person in a
Oh,
suit,
there's
it
a
could be-
close up. Let me compare them. Looking at maybe it is the same photo. I don't know.
It's a different photo. It looks like.
Yeah, because the face changes.
Well, I think we're just looking at it from. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Further
two different
along.
pictures, but yeah.
Or is it the same picture? Just cropped.
Oh, it could be. It could be the same picture, but just different cropped or. Although it does look like it's a little closer in this picture, like they were moving and it got closer, but.
Well, if they're riding along on the road,
Yeah.
they're forward more.
Still not enough though.
Not
I mean, I don't
enough,
know what
but
it
it's still
Yeah,
creepy.
it's cropped and bright, and
Yeah,
Sean says.
And that was the last from this series.
almost the way the I guess it would be the arms or whatever, the way it's holding. That could be a bear standing up, because bears, their arms their front legs tend to kind of hang down.
That's a really
That's a bear.
acrobatic bear.
That's a bear.
Yeah. So is it
I don't know.
hanging up there? Is it just
Yeah, who hung that?
levitating?
bear?
Is it levitating? Is that a rope?
Yeah, the bear's not holding on to the tree.
It's a bear hooked
Is
on
it
there.
a dead bear that somebody hoisted up into a tree and took a
Is
picture?
that the predator doing that? So
I don't know.
that is weird. I mean, if I came across that in the woods, I'd be like, "What the hell? I'm out of here."
Maybe they're like putting this picture like, look at this bear hanging in the tree. Bigfoot must have hung it up there.
How's it being hung up there? Do you see?
I
I'm
can't
looking.
see
I
how
don't
it's being
see.
held up there, but it's
There does
definitely-
look like an indent right here on the back of the neck.
the bear is definitely
But I
not
don't
doing it
see a
himself.
rope. He could have fallen and stabbed himself, on a limb, like impaled himself.
Yeah, but the
Is
weight
it-
of the bear would have.
Is that a pic? Is that a picture of a bear falling?
I
No,
don't see
it's
any
dead.
movement to the picture.
It's
though.
Oh,
dead,
yeah,
and it has snow on it. It's like old. It's been there for a little while.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So somebody hung that bear up in that tree. See,
Uh,
I don't know what the backstory is. So the only thing.
I got an idea. An avalanche.
avalanche. Uh-huh.
An avalanche.
Yeah, an avalanche with a power maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's weird. That looks like a good 300-pound bear. or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks like it.
If there's snow, so avalanche would be the only other option, which also will help put really big trees up into other trees too, because you got to think, you're talking about 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 feet of snow going down. So those trees can get pushed up there. And, I mean, that's weird. That's weird.
So Batmom sent me these photos of the fire from her side from Tahoe.
Nice
Where are
picture.
you? Lake Tahoe or somewhere in upper Nevada?
That's a really nice picture. That's good framing right there. Nice job. Frame that.
That's a pretty area. Very pretty.
What's the acreage on the fire there?
Did you? Okay. Oh, Mesquite Fire. That is Mount Rose Highway. Behind the mountains is Lake Tahoe. See the smoke? That was a few hours ago. Now it's hard to get a picture outside because I can't breathe. And I'm downstairs and my kids aren't here to go take it. Oh, to go outside and take another photo. But I guess it's getting worse.
Well, hopefully you stay safe. Stay indoors. They get it put out quickly.
Yes, Batmom, please.
Blackbeard
Okey-doke.
said that one photo was a bear pole vaulting Olympic team training mishap.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's you should have them on your show, Blake, and because that'll be interesting to kind of learn more about the group and
Yeah, because maybe he has backstories to a lot of these photos.
yeah, maybe have him on and you guys can kind of go through the some of these pictures, and if he got a backstory, help add to the whole validity of them and stuff. So it'd be a fun video for you. Be a fun one.
Thank you, Howler.
Thanks, Blake, too. Those are awesome pictures to look at. Oops, wait.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones. Definitely want to learn more about them.
Okay. Well, guys, we are already at 2:12. Can you believe it?
Oh, holy crow, man.
I think my best shows are the ones I don't prepare.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, Trackway. I am going to get to that mail, but I do need to stop right now because I'm going to help my daughter with some homework. I got to be a mom right now. So
Hey, when you get a chance, Nikki, let's get together and we'll plan that for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. That's annoying.
Oh yeah, and Brent, yeah.
Oh,
hey, thanks, Joe.
You did finally come up with, you came up with the picture I was asking for. So.
Oh gosh, Brent wants to be everywhere. No,
everywhere
I'm
and
just
nowhere.
kidding.
At the same time. I want to actually try and do like 2 podcasts at one time, right? Because I got 2 different phones, and just go on 2 different shows at the same time. I don't know. It's never been done like in the history of podcasting or anything like that. So I'm like, man, that's a good idea.
You can have one ear plugged in over here and one ear plugged in over here and mute. Yeah. Keep yourself on mute and just unmute when you need to answer.
Yeah.
It could work. You could do it.
It'd be interesting. It'd be fun. A couple of shots for that one.
Thank you guys for coming and joining me today and talking a little Sasquatch. It was fun. It was actually fun talking about this stuff. And if I didn't get to your questions, I'm so sorry that I missed them. But I think we had fun. And who's next? Tomorrow will be Untold Radio with Jeff, right? His Pine Island.
He comes on at 9. We'll be on at 7.
You first, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be on at 7. And then
okay.
And we'll get that all straightened out, how we're going to celebrate your 1 year.
Okay, we'll talk about that for sure. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Brent, as always. Joe, wonderful. And we love you guys. Bye.